Okay, this demo is to demonstrate how to connect NewOaks AI's chatbot to no-code platform through API. Okay, so go to NewOaks AI's API document here, and there are two APIs. One API is used to create a session, and the second API is going to use to pass on the data to ChatGPT and get GPT's response. So it's called a Chat API. Okay, and then let's go to no-code platform active pieces as an example. Okay, and first you need to create a webhook, and then you need to create a send HTTP request. Use that to create a session. So let's choose the action send HTTP request, and the method, use the get method, and then the URL you can get from the API document. See here, the endpoint, use get method and copy the session endpoint and then paste it here. Okay, and then you need to create headers and query parameters. So the header is a chatbot session key, which represent your admin account, is to connect to your account. Okay, and copy and paste, and the value, you can get a value from webhook API chat robot session key, and click copy, get the value here, and then paste in the value in the headers. Okay, and then go back to the second part, is the parameters. You need a serial number, which means your chatbot ID. So it specifies chatbot ID. Okay, and go back to active pieces, the query parameters, serial number. So you need to copy the chatbot ID from your chatbot settings. Let's pick a chatbot, go to settings, okay, and copy the chatbot ID here and paste it in the query parameters, okay. And then go back to the API document. You can see that the returned response is a session ID here. So you input the session key and a chatbot ID, and the response you get is the session ID here. Let's go back to active pieces, and let's text step is successful. You can see that in the body data, you get a session ID with the integer number as a session ID, okay? So here, this step actually is to use as create a session. And then you need a third step is to send a question to GPT and get a response from GPT. Same thing, you need to get a send HTTP request. Yeah, to get a send HTTP request. And this time the method is post. And go back to NewOaks AI API document and copy the API endpoint here and paste it right here. Okay, in headers, you need to copy this chat robot session key. Same thing. Go back to here. your workspace, webhooks API, and copy the chat robot session key. Copy it over. Okay. And then for the second part, the request parameter is the session ID that you just get from the first API right here. So let's go back to active pieces and in the body type, click a JSON, okay, and in the body, you need to input a quote session ID, and then the session ID is equal to the ID you got from last session, which is here. Okay, so the first API block here, let's name it to create sessions, okay? And then second one is, let's rename it to get GPT response right here, okay? And then this one, let's use a JSON body to receive the session ID that you get from create session block, okay? And input quote session ID and colon, double quote. In the quote, you need to insert the actual session ID you need to get from create session. Click here, and the body, data, click insert, okay? Then you got session ID. And then you need to also include session content, okay? And then you need to in the end, you need to put in comma and then quote content, then colon. In the content, you need to get it from the webhook here, okay? And then go to the webhook here. Yeah, you need to set up the trigger, okay? So let's go back to the trigger first. Okay, copy the URL of the webhook and paste over here. And add a question mark, content equal to hello, and enter, okay? Yeah, then here, let's enable the trigger right here. It's catch webhook, and then authentication is none, okay? And scroll down, let's scroll down. Okay. Yeah, click none. Okay, so let's click none, and you can see we can test trigger now. Let's test trigger. And then let's go to the webhook and click enter here. So it sends hello to the webhook. Let's go back to here. You can see it's tested successfully, okay? And let's go to get GPT response. Let's go right here. Now, let's go to content and click here, and then insert query parameters, content hello here, okay? And let's text this step right here. Okay, test successfully. And then what we did is we asked a question hello to ChatGPT through API. And then let's see what the API response. Okay, and then let's retest the get GPT response. We pass on a hello, and the get GPT API should send a response from ChatGPT. Okay, let's retest it. And hello was sent to ChatGPT by API, and then you can see the body response here, the content. Hello, how can I help you? So that is the response from ChatGPT, okay? And then we need to send the response from ChatGPT through an email. So let's go here and search Gmail, okay? Let's put on a Gmail block. Okay, click Gmail and action send email, and connection use new connection. Okay, just test Gmail connect. It's doing the authorization process to authorize the webhook and API use my Google account. Okay. Let's hold for a second. Okay. Yeah, let's click through. Continue. Click continue. Okay, so we finished the authorization process. Click save. Okay, and then input a receiver email. qq.com. Okay, and so subject is GPT API test, and then body. In the body content, you need to insert the GPT's response to the body content. Click here, and then insert. Okay. Let's test the step. So it's successfully tested. Okay. An email has been sent out. Okay. Let's go back to my QQ email. You can see I received the API test email, just was sent out by the API. So within the email body is the content, hello, how can I assist you today, sent by ChatGPT. So that is the whole demo of Chat API for NewOaks AI chatbot to third-party no-code platform. Thank you.